With the FIFA World Cup 2026 coming to North America, millions of fans are expected to travel here. That will create a major surge in tourism. In our region, we'll be hosting matches at MetLife Stadium, so tens of thousands of rooms will be needed. Note that I said rooms, not hotel rooms, but rooms. Airbnb says this could translate into some income opportunities for residents. Matt McNama is communications lead at Airbnb and joins us this morning to talk about it. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning. It's good to be here.
Nice to have you. So, for people who may have never rented out with Airbnb, this is an opportunity to make a few dollars and at the same time really help the region out because people are going to be descending on the New York tri-state.
Yeah, this is huge. We're only 4 months away from the World Cup coming to North America and to New Jersey. And I think what we're seeing now is a huge surge in searches on Airbnb as a result of that. Searches are up 80% in host cities across all of North America. And that's a big moment. There was actually a report by Deloitte, and they found that hosts could earn about, on average, $3,000 by hosting on Airbnb. Actually, in New Jersey, it's way higher. It's $5,700. That can make a big difference in the lives of people. So if you're looking to, pay off your mortgage or pay down debt or take, that much needed vacation, this is a good way to do that.
Heck yeah. Yeah. Listen, I have a second home in Florida. I may just go down there and let people have this place for a while, make a couple of bucks. How far beyond the stadium areas will this economic impact spread? Are we talking like 10 miles out, 20 miles out, or does it just all depend on how booked everything gets closer to the stadium?
Well, one of the benefits of Airbnb is that the benefits do stretch far and wide. And I think when it comes to something like FIFA, we're going to see a big impact across the board. When we look at like the total impact of this, it's going to be $288 million in economic impact for all of New Jersey. That's a big moment. And I think that's going to have a trickle down effect to not just hosts, but to small businesses in the community.
And you talked about Deloitte now projecting millions of fans traveling for the tournament. What kind of demand, when people hear that, does that cause a stimulus right now? Does that make people like today, will they start looking because now they hear that number?
Yeah, they do. And we find that often people do host for the first time during big events like this because they do see that influx in tourism. So one thing that we're doing to help meet that demand is we're going to be offering $750 to sign up as a new host on Airbnb. And this is our largest host incentive program that we've ever done. And it's available to new hosts in New Jersey as long as they're hosting for the first time and renting their entire home. And they can do this anytime. So they rent as of today all the way up to the end of July. They'll be able to take advantage of this.
This is crazy. So you're talking $750 bonus basically, and the average price or the median going price now 5,700 in New Jersey. Some serious cash.
It's a big thing. And, when you think about how cost of living has gone up and mortgages have gone up, this is a good way to cover that. And capitalizing on something like FIFA is going to have a huge economic moment for these residents who do decide to host, and they can certainly do so and take advantage of this right now.
Yeah. I have used Airbnb probably more than a dozen times. I was remodeling a condo in South Florida, and every time I'd fly back and forth, I'd stay at an Airbnb near the condo, and I had the greatest experiences. I didn't have one negative at all. In fact, there was one host we went back to several times, and we became friendly with the host. And anytime I see they needed a light bulb change or whatever, I would let them know. I'll change the light bulb. I'll get you. We became that friendly because we use them so often. It's great. My experiences were good. Most people's experiences are good. For people who might be stressed out about opening their homes, there are some certain basic rules, right? You don't leave, your safe open for, if someone are going to come. You lock a certain closet where you keep your personal stuff and you have a sign up, please, this is a private closet, right? So what are things for people who've never rented out as an Airbnb host? What are certain things that they just need to know?
Yeah, so we have a lot of resources available for new hosts. I think the first thing you want to do is visit our resource center. That's going to have a lot of tips and tricks for how to set up your listing and help enticing those guests. But one thing that I think is really important is we have what's called the co-host network. Now, these are co-hosts who are experienced hosting on Airbnb. And you can tap into that community so they can help you set up your listing. They can set your pricing for you. They can give you some guidance for your calendar so that you're set up for success. And one thing that actually is really important is there's host clubs. So there's a host club in New Jersey that you can join online where you can tap into existing hosts so you can meet the community and get some tips and tricks from them on how to host successfully.
I love it. That's great advice, and I'm sure they'll tell you the good and the bad and what to look out for. And but the thing is, you're getting somebody's credit card and you're getting paid in advance, so it's not just for any prospective host. Because we contemplated it too. Unfortunately, the place we ended up buying in
Yeah.
South Florida does not permit rentals of any kind, so we can't rent out. Otherwise, we'd be doing it right now. It's fantastic. And by the way, it's just for the future for those not coming for the for FIFA World Cup. South Florida has some of the greatest Airbnbs, phenomenal Airbnb. So what we did was to explore neighborhoods outside of where we lived. We rented Airbnbs. We always said, what would it be like to live in Coconut Grove? What would it be like to live in Palm Beach Island? And that was our chance to feel what it was like to live in those neighborhoods. It's great for that. That's an aside I wanted to share just from my personal experience with Airbnb. Great, great deal. Um, so how can people get more information? Now, once again, do they just go to the Airbnb website or is there a separate website you have for those first timers?
Yeah, so they can visit airbnb.com/new-host-FIFA, and that'll give you everything you need to do in order to set up your listing for FIFA.
And by the way, is this something people can just do temporarily or once they sign up, they're in?
That's a great question. So they can do this temporarily. Sometimes we find that big events is the entryway into hosting for the first time. So if you're looking to host, you can do that as of today, all the way up to the other tournament, or you can keep going. If you find that you really enjoy it and you want to get that extra income, you want to meet guests from all over the world, keep hosting, keep getting that income, keep welcoming people from around the world and helping them experience New Jersey, just like you did with South Florida and experience it like a local.
It's fantastic. It's great. I may even just when this is all said and done, I'm thinking about renting like a high-rise Airbnb in Jersey City or something with a view of Manhattan. I'm sure lots of those exist, just to see what it's like. It'd be kind of fun to see how the other half lives there, and that's something you could do with Airbnb. Something years ago we couldn't do, and it's just fantastic. Well, I appreciate you coming on, communications lead at Airbnb, Matt McNama. Thank you for joining us this morning. As we get closer, we'd love to have you back. Let us know how things are going.
Sounds good. Be great to be back.
Okay. Have a good one, Matt.